Welcome to the one podcast who adventure through them all. Year-end awards for 2023. We call this the TOPTERTIES.
Woo!
We are going to look back at the good, the bad, the ugly, the fantastic, the amazing, the funny things that happened in 2023. We got 15 categories that we are going to give our awards out to, as you would say. We each have our own. We picked each other's our own, for each category. We used to back in the day, come up with one for each category. But you know what? We're all inclusive here. Why not? Why not just have everybody have their own opinion? So
it's almost like having 15. Do you know a top turtles?
Almost.
But not quite.
I'm gonna list off the 15 categories that we are gonna go over today in this episode. We got Wrestler of the Year, Game of the Year, Match of the Year, Feud Storyline of the Year, Character of the Year, Movie of the Year, the Biggest Disappointment of the Year, Surprise Wrestling Moment of the Year, the Worst Game of the Year, Breakout Wrestler of the Year, Surprise Gaming Moment of the Year, Best Show of the Year, Best News Story of the Year, the Hot Take of the Year, and for this one, I think we had with this one maybe last year or the year before, Album of the Year. So, you know what?
What I'm missing is News Story of the Year.
Hey, man, we'll get to it. All right, you can come up with that when we get to it. But you know what? You want to get it started?
Sure.
All right, we're gonna start off very hot. Very, very hot. We all like to get the crowd going, get them up there, get them off their seats and everything. We're gonna start with the Cody Hot Take of the Year. Right. Now, this doesn't have to be, something that Cody said. Cody's just sponsoring this award. So,
that I am.
So I guess we'll start with Cody. What is your hot take of the year?
I tried to think real hard on one. I can't think of nothing. So I'll probably just be a bitch and agree to something one of you said. So.
Nothing, Caleb.
Wait, hold on. Is this the year that Jacob said he hates Undertaker?
I never said
no.
that.
It's not the year.
It's
okay.
That's been
But that was
years.
like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was like the inception.
Okay, I got nothing.
All right.
No, the inception was Cody hating Valhalla.
Yeah.
Oh, that was last year. That was last year. Oh,
Yeah.
Valhalla?
Yeah, that wasn't last year.
I was thinking God of War because he hated God of War last year.
He sure did.
God of War.
No, he hated God of War during the video game awards because it won everything.
Literally.
Mm.
How you felt about Alan Wake 2? I felt about God of War.
I'll go next. I got some.
All right.
Caleb saying that Fall Out Boy and Paramore sucked.
Yeah, let me give you here.
That was
the
my
date.
runner-up.
The date for that was January 25th, 2023.
Rest in peace, Grandma.
And my runner-up is Caleb thinks Rhea Ripley is ugly.
Oh yeah.
That was also on my list, but I was 100% sure somebody else was going to say it.
It's funny. Caleb was on the podcast twice. That's like 4 different things I wrote down.
I'll go next. And mine, Cody's probably not going to agree with. Because mine is Cody's when he said that The Rock is the most underrated wrestler of all time.
Overrated.
Of all time.
He said overrated.
Overrated. Well,
Yeah, you
did I
said
say underrated.
You said underrated.
My bad. I meant overrated.
Yeah, that was also mine. That's also mine.
Like over Hogan, over Cena, over Bret Hart. All these people.
Bruno
It's The Rock.
Sammartino, fucking.
Yeah, the date for that one is 4/19, April 19th. He also said Roman Reigns is the most overrated right now. Don't let that slide by. But yeah, no way. Caleb said some dumb shit, and one of the things Caleb said I can't say, but
December 7th was that day,
that
right?
was that. Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, no. Cody said The Rock is the most overrated wrestler of all time.
Is that yours, Devin?
That's mine.
So I'll name off a few too. January 3rd, Cody says Jeremy Renner isn't famous after he had that snowplow accident.
Oh, what? Not wrong.
Jeremy
What?
Renner is famous.
He's-
He's
What do you mean you're
Hawkeye.
not wrong? You couldn't be more wrong.
He hasn't done anything since.
He has a show on Disney
That
Plus.
doesn't mean he's not. The show did come out after he lost his dick and legs. Like,
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
yes, it did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It came out like 3-4 months after it did.
he got emotional after saying he could have died.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Jordy
Oh
has
shit!
one.
Oh shit!
April 7th of this year, he said he hates Sam and said he should stop acting.
That was a mistake, and he knows it.
No, not a mistake. I stand by that strongly. Bigly, even.
Bigly.
Bigly.
And another one, that's my top one, that Jordy hates Sam and he should stop acting. But my runner up would be November 15th. Devin said that Edge is a worse Christian. He's not worse than Christian. He's a worse
A worse
Christian. Yeah.
Why does that get funnier the more you think about it?
Because it's true.
All right, man. Hey, man, whatever you want. All right, let's move on. Jordy slid this one in for us. Album of the year.
I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna
Oh.
go last.
I'll
Okay.
go
Y'all
first again.
Y'all go ahead.
I didn't listen to many full albums this year. My music taste hasn't really changed since high school. I kind of listen to the same shit I listened to in high school, and I'm okay with that. But I did listen to the new Paramore album, so I will go with Paramore. This is why.
Did you like it though?
I
Because
did.
somebody hated it.
That's because Caleb doesn't like good things.
Was that the name of the CD?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
It sure was.
Also,
It was
the name
on.
of the number one track.
It was on my list too. So I'll go ahead and follow up. It's not it. I think like an easy layup for this was going to be 1989, Taylor's version, but I did not pick it because I've been listening to weird albums all year for this. So my pick is actually an album called Sanguivore by a band called Creeper. I think it's like a conceptual album, really. It's like dark, gothic-y, organ-y with some guitar in there. Guy has a nice melodic voice, which I'm really into. I like it. I do. It reminds me of Ghost, but I think I like it a little more than Ghost. So
good.
yeah, I'd check out Sanguivore by Creeper. Best unexpected thing I listened to.
I'll go. For me, it has to be a Volcano by Jungle. I listen to it way too much, and yeah, I mean, it definitely. I don't know, man. It put them to where like there's all kinds of fucking TikToks about him. People know who Will West is now that they might not have before. So
Okay.
good album.
Phenomenal dancer.
So good. Like they're all good, but he's like definitely a tier above the rest.
I'm pretty sure he's an android.
He might be.
All right, so look, you can have your Dodger Cats, you can have your untalented, unsigned indie underground, nobody. I'm so cool. I listen to, somebody that's no name that nobody listens to, but you know what? You had Speak Now Taylor's version. You had 1989
that's what I'm
Taylor's
saying.
version.
It's like 1989 Taylor's version. I mean, really, really hits. It does. It does.
That feels like Resident Evil winning game of the year.
So, but Lil Wayne had that little Phil Before the Fix the 6th or whatever that was. That was really good. But you know what?
That was good.
1989 Taylor's version
See, I
Would
knew
be-
somebody else would say it.
would be my pick if Avenged Sevenfold didn't release their new album this year. Life is but a dream.
I forgot they released an album. Let's
I
go.
didn't even listen to it yet.
So there was a lot of albums that I listened to this year. Lot of good music in 2023. Honestly, Teddy Swims,
Doja Cat.
I know you guys aren't really fans, but Nicki Minaj, her album slaps.
Hey, you know who loves Nicki Minaj that I didn't know was in their
Who?
top Spotify artist? My sister.
I love Nicki
Which
Minaj.
one?
Fucking Aaliyah.
Oh, okay. I'm not surprised by that.
The one he claims.
The one he claims. But anyway, the two albums I was obsessed with all year long was Sleep Tokens, Take Me Back to Eden, and Jungle's Volcano. I literally had such a hard time choosing between these two because I still to this day I can't go like the full day without listening to something from one of those two albums. But what it came down to for me is the fact that Volcano had an entire feature dance film, which really gave me nostalgic vibes from being like a theater kid and a show choir kid. So it's Volcano for me.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, brother.
I started even like there's a stop that I do that they just blast music all day. Last time I was in there, I was like, you should listen to Volcano. Like, what's that? Like, just listen to it. And they before I left, they turned it on. I was like, hey.
All right, man. We are gonna move on to the Devin Bliss news story of the year. Devin, would you like to take it away or
No. You go ahead.
no? There was the submarine blowing up into smithereens, literally. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Endeavor buying WWE and UFC and merging them together. So
Mine was the Alabama riverboat fight. Love that.
I got one. Devin Bliss announcing that The Witcher 1 is being remade.
Yeah.
Nice.
not
Cody?
Baldur's Gate winning everything.
A new story.
Nah, I don't. I'm trying to think. I'll think of something.
You had all year to think.
You're not
Oh
wrong.
my god. So it was tough because some funny shit really happened this year. So I wasn't exactly sure what to pick, but in Endeavor buying WWE and UFC was up there. I think Activision actually, like Blizzard actually getting that done. I think that's actually the biggest story of the year. I don't know if it's my favorite, but Activision Blizzard being finally purchased, gone through, Microsoft doing the thing. I think we have to say that.
I also would like to add something that was pretty big, but we haven't really discussed it because we haven't had the chance to. E3 dying.
Yeah.
I actually, so it's funny you say that because we haven't done the news in like a month, right? And I was ready to make fun of E3 so hard because I know I've been on here talking about like every time it gets canceled, it's over. That's it. And then, it is. So fuck 'em. It is pretty sad, honestly, because E3 was cool. It was.
It was. But I mean,
But we have the game
I was about to
awards
say
now.
the Game Awards have basically taken over what E3 was.
Yeah, they really got to change some shit though.
I like the Game Awards.
You don't need all.
I
it's
think
not
this year was
M's.
just a dip.
Yeah, like they need to stop trying to do all the jokes and shit. It's not. I don't know. You're there to just give awards and show games. You're not trying to fucking be Neil Patrick Harris or nothing.
They're trying to like push people off the stage way too soon.
I agree.
That too.
Yeah, I mean, it's because of the Christopher Judge thing last year. Like for sure.
I mean,
But-
I get it, but like,
This
You can
is
give them
like
more than 30 seconds.
yeah.
sure. I agree. They'll figure it out. All right. The fucking the Grammys or Oscars or whatever has been going on for 200 years, and they've got their shit. So Game Awards will get it figured
Well,
out.
I mean, people have been winning multiple Grammys and all that. Are like, hey, thanks.
Yeah, they don't care anymore. Like,
Yeah.
Did you get some poor indie developer who has no money but still made it, and he wants to talk about their game for fucking 45 seconds? Yeah, they'll let him, and they'll figure it out.
All right.
Maybe they'll book more time at the Globe Theater in LA, so they can let some other people talk.
So we are going to move into the show of the year.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Because before we move on, I have an honorable mention.
Oh.
I gotta remind the people of a story that took place at the beginning of the year.
Oh.
Megan Hall, the police officer.
Fuck! Forgot about her.
I should have I should have prepared something fun. Listen. 2024.
She's doing God's work.
She's doing God's work.
I wonder what she's up to now,
I
Who
would
knows?
say not much.
It's probably on OnlyFans.
or who's up her.
Probably.
Yeah,
What?
maybe.
What?
Probably
who are you
on
wedding?
OnlyFans.
Who are you wedding, Snow?
Yeah, who were you wedding?
I don't know.
What?
I just wanted to make sure the boys remembered that.
I couldn't forget it.
I actually saw a picture of her like yesterday.
Recent picture?
No, it was
Oh.
that same police photo.
She know what she did. So all right, let's move on to the show of the year.
This was really honestly pretty easy.
Same.
Well, actually, no, I won't say it was pretty easy because once again, Bleach. I guess I'll go first. So Bleach did come out this year, and I was like, "This is gonna be it," because Bleach had some shit. Like it was good. 1,000 Year Blood War. I mean, it was good. And then the end of the year happened. All right, I had a little time, watched a little show. Hey, only 8 episodes, so we can knock out that season in a work day, right? Yeah, Fall of the House of Usher it's it is number 1, numero uno. Even got me to watch Midnight Mass, which I'd planned on anyway a while ago, but I did get through that too. But yeah, Fall of the House of Usher, no doubt, no question, number 1. Great acting, great cinematography. I mean, good fucking everything. Great show. That's it.
I
Big
hear you.
agree. Big agree. On everything except it being show of the year. Because I'm giving it to One Piece. Because not only did they come out with the most successful live action adaptation of an anime, and it was great. It made millions of fucking people One Piece fans. But we also had the end of the Wano arc in the anime. We had a new power up for Luffy. Like One Piece dominated this year, even if it wasn't like, because I can honestly say, on an entertainment level, probably not my show of the year, but overall, like it just dominated TV,
I
mainly
hear you.
Netflix.
Hey,
I
I
hear
want to piggyback off that One Piece, being season whatever. So Yu Yu Hakusho came out, and its season is only 5 episodes long. That's not a season. That is not a season. It is
Look,
despicable.
They need to
It's
make sure
disgusting.
people will actually watch it before they invest in more.
plus they're doing the remake, right, of One Piece, right? Is that a remake?
Yeah, they're starting.
Yeah,
starting the story over.
Yeah. So One Piece is getting an actual remake while it's still going on by Wit Studio, who also did Attack on Titan, and allegedly it's getting a spinoff.
So is that going to be kind of like how they did like Dragon Ball Z Kai and shit like that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just know they're getting a remake.
Sort of. So basically, they're cutting down all of the extra shit.
Okay, yeah, that's what they did with Kai. They removed all the filler.
Yeah. Like the 15 minutes of screaming and powering up because you don't really need all of that.
It's my favorite part of Dragon Ball Z. What do you mean?
I'm surprised this has slipped from maybe not slipped from everybody's mind, but no picks yet. The Last of Us. Fantastic show.
Mhm.
Bill and Frank's episode was
I agree. It was
the greatest love story on a TV show I've ever seen.
we were just talking about this, weren't we?
We were. So
Yeah, no, I think
that's game of the year for me.
show of
Or
the
not
year.
Show of the year.
Show of the year. Yeah.
It was third on my list.
It was second on my list.
I also haven't finished House of Usher, Fall of the House of Usher yet, and I haven't watched One Piece yet. So.
Well, mine is fairly different from the rest of yours, but something that just got announced for the season 2. But I went with Twisted Metal.
Oh,
Mainly,
Keep forgetting about that.
it stuck with the adaptation, like with the actual stories of the game so damn well. It made it entertaining. It brought forth one of the characters of the game in a really cool way. So I'm happy about it. Plus, they actually did a very surprisingly well job of having two people play the same character at the same time. Because the whole Sweet Tooth thing is very interesting. But yeah, it's definitely that for me.
That don't bother me. Like, it doesn't surprise me very much since Darth Vader was played by two different people.
I guess that's true. True.
so I had you season 4.
Season 4 of You was so good too.
I had The Last of Us. But my show of the year is the One Piece live action.
It was very good.
Because it gave me the kick in the butt to start the actual anime, and you know what? We've been going strong ever since. So there you go.
So glad you started.
No. And Jordy.
What's up?
Did you guys see that season 5 of You got announced?
No.
Yep, season 5 got announced. It's the final season.
Is it dropping
I
next
thought
year?
they announced that like right afterwards.
I'm not sure when it's dropping, but
Yes, the final season.
final season of You. Which I'm okay with because I was starting to think, what are they gonna do? Like with season 4, I was starting to think, what the fuck are they gonna do? They did fucking good,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm like, okay, what the fuck are they gonna do? You know what I mean?
Is it getting kind of the point like Dexter did, where it's like, okay, I mean, like, what else can you really do with this story?
At first in season 5 or 4, I thought that when I first started watching season 4, and then I watched all of season 4, and they did it extremely well. So I have faith that season 5 will be good too.
Hell yeah.
I do have faith in that. We are going to get a little surprising going on. Surprising of the gaming moment of the year.
I'll start that one since I haven't actually got to start one that had a real answer. I just got to pull it up because I wrote down some stuff. Okay. So mine, I it's kind of hard to pick between the two, but I think it's either got to be the GTA 6 trailer finally actually dropping, or the OD.
The what?
The OD, Kojima's new project.
Oh yeah.
Just because I do think it's him finally being like, you know what, I'm doing PT or something adjacent to it. I don't care.
Well,
What do you
did you
guys
see
think?
that? Did you see that it's hinting at that it's actually a Silent Hill game?
Oh, really? That makes it even
Yeah.
better.
Can he just not call it Silent Hill?
He's not allowed to.
I don't know, but
Last I heard, they didn't actually give him the rights to it, so he wasn't allowed to do
well, so
anything.
you know they were doing the close-ups, whatever, and on the old man's tongue, there was like the kanji, or I want to say kanji, it could have been something else for a town in like where Silent Hill takes place.
That's cool.
So yeah,
You know Kojima, he does love his little hints at things.
He's also very tired.
Well,
He is. He is exhausted.
aren't we all?
I feel you, Coach.
All right. Well,
Uh,
go.
good.
You want to go? I'll go.
Hey, you're good.
Okay.
You go.
I wrote down me enjoying Midnight Suns all the way back in January.
Good one.
Of course, I wrote down the GTA 6 trailer. I also wrote down no Elden Ring DLC.
Mm.
But
I had that for something else.
my surprise is the discourse between Spider-Man 2 and Baldur's Gate 3.
That shit is so annoying.
There's discourse.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
All it is people being pissed off that Baldur's Gate won and not Spider-Man. Because
Well,
they
come
keep
on.
doing the whole like, oh, look at these two fucking games. How did a point and click win over Spider-Man 2?
And then everybody's like, well, let's show some Spider-Man 2 gameplay. And all they show is like a cinematic.
They show that scene at the beginning of the game where Miles gets thrown and does that shit.
Oh, the fucking where
the cutscene.
they're fighting. You're doing the intro to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
super dope shit that happened at the very beginning of the game.
Of
That
course.
doesn't happen again.
I mean, come like you. They could. They're both great games.
They are.
Like,
But they show that versus
no, I get it.
boring
People,
combat moment.
yeah.
The one thing
Sure.
that got me was this one guy said they need an option to turn off the turn-based combat in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I would just like if this wasn't a D&D game. Like, that would be fun.
What got me was the people saying
That's funny.
that nobody played Baldur's Gate 3.
Nobody.
Like it wasn't one of the most played games on Steam history.
Yeah. Look,
But nobody played it.
some people just need to get off the internet. That's
Like,
all I'm gonna-
I wish there was an option to turn off shooting guns in Call of Duty.
Yeah. Can you actually shut that off, please? It does. I don't like it.
I think they need to have an arachnophobia mode for Spider-Man.
Please do.
There's no discourse. Spider-Man 2 looks like a great game. I've never played it. Baldur's Gate 3 is a great game because I've played it. So I mean, you know what? There's no discourse. They're two different games.
Two different
Right.
games that do two different things, and they're both great.
Yeah.
It's just people being shitty because they think they know better. That's all it is.
I'll go next. My first one was obviously GTA 6. Second thing that came to mind is God of War getting free DLC.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then third, I had a third one because recently I played a game with some friendos that I hadn't tried before. It's called Lethal Company.
Fuck that game.
That game came out of nowhere and is super fucking fun.
It is,
It's super fucking fun.
but also fuck that game.
Yeah. Have you played it or heard about it, Snow?
I've
Or
heard
Devin?
of it.
So basically, it's like a
We're
randomly
gonna have a little
generated map.
impromptu power hour here.
Yeah, it's like a randomly generated map where you go to these fucking factories and get a bunch of shit, bolts and shit like that.
It's just like scrap.
Oh,
Yeah,
but dust
scrap
pan.
metal.
That's worth $40.
Yeah, and then inside of these things are fucking monsters, and they kill you, and they're terrifying.
Very quickly, and there's not much you can do about it.
No, like your only weapon is a fucking stop sign.
Maybe.
And that's if you find one.
Yeah, if you find a stop sign.
And
then
sometimes
there's
your
fucking-
flashlight goes out.
Yeah. And sometimes there are fucking forest guardians that come up and eat you and shit like that. Like
Forest Guardians.
Yeah, dude. It's something.
it's fun. It's a fun game.
Terrifying.
But they do have an arachnophobia mode, and all it does is instead of a spider, it just shows the word spider.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought when you said that, I thought you were talking about Hogwarts.
Oh, do they have an arachnophobia mode?
No.
Yeah, they
Oh,
do.
they really?
Do they really?
Listen, I know there's probably people making fun of it, but I am ecstatic
pretty
that
sure.
they make that as an accessibility option.
No way a game like Hogwarts would be,
But you know what?
inclusive like
That
No,
that
they would.
inclusive?
Because they could safely say the word phobe.
that. Mm.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, sir.
Just saying.
All right. Maybe it was Final Fantasy. I don't know.
What?
So maybe it was Final Fantasy. I don't
What
know.
was your
Sorry.
surprise game moment of the year?
Oh, my surprise gaming moment of the year is the Insomniac leaks, the Wolverine leaks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm very
Hey, that looks
surprised
good
by
as
that.
fuck though.
Maybe
Sorry,
it's Final
the
Fantasy
spring fell out of my hand. I was looking for it.
Mm.
I of course also had Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer on my list, as well as Jordan Peele working with OD.
Hmm.
But my pick of the year is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door being announced.
That was a real close one for me.
I'm very excited about that game.
Yes.
Also, can we backpack off the GTA 6 trailer and the Florida Joker guy trying to get some money off of that?
It's so funny.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Dude's trying to make some money.
He's trying to sue Rockstar.
Oh,
Kind of like when Lindsay Lohan, the the guy dyed his hair like the guy in the trailer.
Oh, yep.
He's like, the dude's yeah, he's from Florida.
Yeah. I mean,
He's a Florida man.
that explains 80% of his problems right there.
Yes. So
Oh yeah.
let us move on to breakout wrestler of
I don't even gotta
the
use my
year.
phone for this.
Breakout wrestler of the year.
I went with Dominic Mysterio.
Oh,
Also went with Dominic Mysterio.
He's
you
been
went for
doing
Breakout?
big things this year.
Man,
that's a good pick.
It is.
I went with Gunther.
I could agree with that, but Gunther's for me has always been a breakout. Like he's been broken out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's done a lot more shit this year.
Yeah.
He's had himself a year.
He had a-
Most improved.
He had a potential match of the year too.
He
Yeah.
did.
Oh yeah, it was on my list as well. I have a different wrestler in most improved and in breakout.
Same.
My breakout wrestler, I had a name down and I left it there because I want to tell you guys what it was. It was LA Knight as breakout.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I did some thinking, I did some watching, and the breakout wrestler for me is Takeshita. Kinosuke Takeshita. He had himself a
Good
year. A good year, yeah. So Takeshita on that front. LA Knight almost had it, good guy.
I mean, there's a bunch of people that could have won it this year. Jay could have won it realistically. Like, he had a crazy year too. One of the most over guys in WWE right now.
So, I did have Takeshita down. But it was a tie between these two, Swerve and Vikingo.
Yeah, I thought about Swerve.
I did too.
I had Swerve as a thought. Yeah. Good picks.
I like all those picks.
Yeah.
Vikingo would have been up there, but he didn't have himself a good final battle.
I didn't watch it, so that's probably why I put him on there.
No,
Battle.
you would have had him on there anyway. It was good. He had a couple hilarious fuck ups.
Yeah.
Cody, did you say somebody?
For breakout? Yeah, I had Gunther.
Ah, that's right. Gunta. All right. Let's move on to the worst game of the year, sponsored by Caleb.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll knock mine out because it's I watched 100% of this playthrough.
I think that we have the same worst
I
game of
didn't.
the year.
I didn't play it. I did not play it, but I watched every second of it.
I watched it as
And,
well.
and I played some of it. I did play some. But it's Gollum as is it the worst game of the year? I don't think it's actually like the worst game of the year because I also saw some King Kong gameplay and that shit looked fucking ass.
Did it?
Hilariously bad. Yeah. But Gollum for me is worst game of the year.
I got Gollum as well.
Same.
Did
Didn't even have to.
did you guys actually play it, or
I watched Brady play it.
I played. I didn't. I played some of it when Bernie was having trouble. But like it was terrible. Like
I can't think of a
hilariously.
game that I played long enough to consider it worst game of the year, because if I don't like a game, I just stop playing it. Even if I like games, I stop playing it most of the time.
Well,
so.
I can, but it was Battlefield 2042, so
Out of
I didn't even
out
want
of
to hear.
so that's why I didn't choose it.
out of all, you know what? All the games I beat, I liked every one of them. The one I liked the least would probably be Metroid Fusion. So yeah,
You didn't like Fusion?
that didn't come out this year. Oh no, I didn't. I just said the games I beat. I liked them all, but the one I liked the least.
That's fair.
fair enough?
So I only wanted to consider games that I had played. I remember seeing that Gollum was pretty shitty, but like I never even watched gameplay of that.
Bro,
I chose Shiner, which I talked about on the podcast whenever I was playing it. It's a game on Steam where you're just a little character and like you go punch guys out, and if you beat them, you get their power up. And like it was a campy game or whatever, but there was no fucking save option. You couldn't save. You couldn't save.
I remember.
And it was
talking about that.
confusing,
Yep.
and you couldn't figure it out once you got to like the second part of the map, and it pissed me off because I had been playing for like 4 hours. I was ready to take a break, and I couldn't turn it off.
Yeah.
Fuck that game.
Old
Being
school.
right.
Old school.
I as well only considered games that I played. I put Madden 24 on there, not because it's an actual bad game, but it's the one that I've liked the least. But and then I remembered right before the podcast, somebody mentioned this game, and I was like, yes, that is my worst game of the year, and it's going to AEW Fight Forever.
I mean, that's fair.
I didn't even play it.
That
Did
could
not even
definitely
try
go
it.
on my worst game of the year. I didn't even think about that.
I thought you liked it. You said you were having fun.
It's a game
First time
that's
you asked me if I played it, or I was playing it, you asked me if I liked it. It was fun for like 13 seconds.
it was fun for a couple hours, and then it's like it just gets repetitive. So
Yeah.
So it's just like WWE.
No.
Oh, you know, so like what you saying that reminds me of it being repetitive is, did you guys ever play the TNA Impact game
Yes.
on PS? Like that game, the graphics looked so amazing, the venue so amazing. Every wrestler had the same moveset.
Yep.
So I get it.
I still have that game too. You
It's
want
a
to play
good
it?
game.
Yeah, I'll come over early.
All right, man. I'll hook up the PlayStation 2. So
PS2, not PS3 or Xbox 360.
I gave my PS3 away because that system was trash. But yeah,
Oh wow,
Uh-oh.
wow,
Uh-oh.
wow.
I've said this before.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
act
Hey,
like it's a surprise.
no, for sure. It's not a surprise. Playing with your friends online for free, terrible.
Worst PlayStation console of all time.
I would agree with that.
The PS1 is objectively the worst.
Yeah, I got to go with Devin on that one.
PS1 was revolutionary.
It was.
I would say it wasn't
It
because
was only revolutionary because it was the first.
Right.
I think
The
PS2 was
That doesn't change the
revolutionary.
fact that it was kind of shitty.
PS2 was revolutionary. The Dreamcast is better than
Yeah.
PS1.
Man, I love the
It came out
Dreamcast.
at the same time as PS2 though, not PS1.
No, it didn't.
No, Dreamcast was PS1.
I don't think so, because it came out around the same time as GameCube.
96, 97.
Dreamcast came out the same time as the GameCube.
No,
Go to
sir.
fucking take a nap. You need help.
Googling it right now.
It came out like right after like the 64.
Yeah. It's 128-bit. Come on.
97, I'm gonna say.
98.
Yeah. Sit down.
Listen to the old heads, young man.
The PS2 came out 2 years later.
PS2 came out 2001.
Came out March 4th, 2000. I'm
2001
Bro, I'm looking at it right here.
in America, man. Fuck.
And the GameCube came out in 01. So it came out between 2 and 3 years apart.
That's a big time difference back then.
Okay, the PS1 came out in 94.
What are you getting at?
That's a bigger time difference from PS1 to to Dreamcast than Dreamcast to PS2.
But it's still the Dreamcast is still better than PS1.
I don't disagree, but shouldn't really be comparing them. That's like comparing a Switch to a PlayStation 5.
You're the one that started comparing.
You can compare to the.
You
current
just said you
console
can't
generation.
compare.
You can't compare Dreamcast
Oh,
to PS1.
Jesus. Well, this is the rest of the
compare
podcast.
current
Top 30s are done.
Now you're just talking.
That's like saying you can't compare the Xbox Series X to the fucking PlayStation 5.
I didn't say you couldn't compare them. You said that.
I'm saying you can't compare current to previous console generations.
Nobody did that.
You did.
No, I didn't. I said the Dreamcast is better than the PS1.
Dreamcast is a different generation than the PS1.
No, it's not.
How is it not?
They have the same technology.
If it came out closer to the PS2 and the GameCube, it is in that generation.
That's not really how that works.
Yes. Okay.
Let's move on to the surprise wrestling moment of the year. And I will go first. It's CM Punk coming back to the WWE. Anybody else?
There's nothing else. That's
anything...
it. Move on.
Anybody else got anything different?
I don't know. I think mine's pretty different. The death of Bray Wyatt.
Oh shit!
I actually had Edge going to AEW.
That surprises you more than CM Punk going back to WWE?
Yeah, because I thought Edge was just like done, and was just not gonna wrestle anymore.
I was calling it.
He was talking about he was wrestling no matter like somewhere. Yeah, I also punked to WWE.
CM Punk burned all them bridges. I mean, must have.
Yeah.
And then he rebuilt them all.
Must be a Dreamcast guy.
Must be.
All right. We're going to move on to the biggest disappointment of the year.
I'll go. Tears of the Kingdom.
Hot take.
No, it's not.
I got Adam Cole getting injured jumping off the set.
I went with Cody Rhodes losing at WrestleMania.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I had Cody at Mania too.
You know what? I wasn't disappointed with it. So, but I went with E3 being dead.
Yeah.
I felt it coming.
But I don't know, man. That was like childhood memories right there.
I always wanted to go to an E3.
Oh, you never can anymore. So.
Nope.
So, we're going to move into movie of the year.
Oh yeah, let's start it off hot. Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Who?
Right. It's that
The Last Voyage.
The Nicolas Cage vampire movie.
No, that's Ren.
Oh.
It is a vampire movie. And like I said, I didn't watch many movies this year. I actually did watch Barbie last night, which was much better than I expected. Pretty funny. I didn't know Ryan Gosling had pipes like that. Last Voyage of the Meter is a nice little spooky movie. It was fun. I really didn't watch a bunch of movies. I saw Ant-Man. That's about it. I can't think of any other. Oh no, Guardians too. Shit.
Guardians 3?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna change it. Guardians 3.
Didn't you watch that old movie or whatever?
I'm gonna need more than that.
Scary movie. No, you didn't. You probably just brought it up. Never mind.
I want to know what you're talking about.
Willem Dafoe, was that his name?
Nosferatu.
Yeah, it's not called Nosferatu. That's his new one coming out where he plays Nosferatu again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did watch that, but that didn't come out this year, so I didn't put it. It also wasn't the best, but boy, was it funny.
Okay.
I haven't seen very many movies this year either. One of the cons of living in a place with no theater. But I'm gonna go with Barbie. I thought Barbie was pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay.
My job is beach. I stand right here safely.
Like you're a lifeguard? No, just beach.
Thanks, Ken. Hold my ice cream, Ken.
I watched quite a few movies this year. This one probably had the most nominations for me to choose from. But I went with They Clone Tyrone.
Oh, I forgot about that movie.
From Netflix.
I
That
thought
was good.
about like a month ago. I thought about starting that. Just didn't do it.
It's a good one.
It is.
It's got the right amount of like comedy, culture. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's
Everything.
great. It's great.
Right. Surprised Chongo didn't pick Django. He watched it for the first time this year.
I did not watch it for the first time this year.
What do you mean? We watched it together.
We did watch it together. It was not
There
the
we
first
go.
time I've seen that movie.
He's just being
Seven.
modest.
7, I saw that for the first time. I saw that one, what the fuck was that movie with Samuel Jackson and John Travolta?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. There was another movie we watched that I hadn't seen yet.
Digimon.
Digimon. Did watch Digimon for the first time.
Surprised you didn't the D&D movie come out this year?
It did. It did.
No, yeah, I forgot about
It
that.
wasn't a great movie, but it was fun.
I enjoyed it a lot, honestly.
I did too.
Not. So I didn't watch too many movies. I'm surprised nobody said John Wick 4. Was that it? Nobody said John Wick 4? Nope.
Didn't
I
see
haven't
it.
seen John Wick 1, 2, or 3 yet.
Not even Fast 10? Nobody said that? That's
Bro,
crazy.
who the fuck? Nobody watched that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Cool. All right. It was a tie between these two, Five Nights at Freddy or the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Mine's probably between Mario Brothers and D&D. I didn't really see too many. Those were the two that I for sure saw.
Mario was fun too.
If I would have
Well.
seen Oppenheimer, I'm sure that would have been my movie of the year.
Yeah.
What?
Doesn't sound like that's a fun movie to watch.
Oppenheimer? What, you don't like World War II? I'm talking about building a fat man and a little boy.
From the way people are describing it, you got to understand like a lot of shit.
What, you have to have a master or a PhD in like
Yeah,
physics?
it's more like you're watching a fucking professor lecture than a movie.
I've heard from people that it's one of the best movies of all time.
I love Richard Feynman. I'm so in.
I need to see Napoleon.
I do too.
I want to see Napoleon.
Yeah.
It doesn't put me off that it's 7 hours long either. I'm into it.
Jesus.
All right, we're going to move on to the Character of the Year, sponsored today by Jordy.
Jordy's a character.
I am a character.
The best character.
To go with best show of the year, I went with Luffy. Again, live action adaptation, very successful. The end of the Wano arc, he defeated Kaido. We got to see Gear 5. He got a float in the Macy's Day Parade.
They died in the Macy's Day Parade.
One Piece teamed up with what football team was that they were with?
The
Rams.
The Rams. Like One Piece was just crazy this year. So Luffy, character of the year, hands down.
Yeah, I'll agree with that because I was honestly thinking Barbie, just because
She's
the
hot.
movie brought about a lot of new adaptations of Barbie, and the movie was pretty good from what I heard.
I like Sugar Daddy Kid.
I do too.
No, not like that. My dog's name is Sugar, and I'm her daddy. Yeah, no, I have two. I have one for movie TV and one for gaming. My movie TV character of the year was actually Rocket Raccoon because I mean, brother had me feeling, and of course, you know, it made me think about how in the Guardians game I was nice to Rocket, nobody else was. I know Chongo like had Batista throw him against the wall and step on him, and you know,
throw him across a bridge. Yes.
yeah. But no, then Guardians 3 Rocket is like, I mean, it's just so sad. He's so Bradley Cooper does such a good job just eliciting feeling through a CGI raccoon. It's really, really pretty good quality television.
That's what happens when you have somebody that actually cares about voice act a character.
Yep. And for my gaming character of the year is Sid from Final Fantasy. Because he was
which one?
The first Sid. The Sid who is Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah. He whole up until his finale, he was, I mean, great. His like when he's wielding his powers, amazing. It's great. He's funny. He's likable.
Fucking point.
Wasn't it? Wasn't, yeah. Sid's was a great character this year in gaming.
I got movie and show as well. Movie or show and game, I should say. Show is Pedro Pascal as Joel. Thought he did a fantastic job playing Joel. He knew how to pull on the heartstrings too. Like he knew when it was time to be fucking rough and rigid and shit like that, but when to be soft and like that moment. Everybody here has seen it and played the game, right?
I haven't played the game, but yeah.
But you've seen it. That moment when Ellie's yelling at him and she pushes him, like that shit still gets me fucking teary-eyed thinking about it. When she's talking about everybody leaving her or dying on her and shit like that.
Get out of here. No.
Yeah. And then the hospital scene, it was just fantastic. As far as video game character of the year for me is Asterion. He killed it. That dude killed it in that role. Like, and Asterion is such a good character. Even if you don't like vampires and getting bit by him. Like, he's great.
I'm not sold on him. Sorry. I left him
Not
at
sold
camp.
on him yet?
I left him at camp.
Who's your party?
Shadow Woman.
Baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
Shadowfax.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Karlach, I think.
Karlach's also a badass.
Who did you kill for us in our playthrough before we could even use them?
Gale.
Dang.
It was an accident.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about that.
Accident.
Will?
Yeah, he rolled like a 3 and a 7 or something
to pull him out.
And I got what's his name? Will? Is that his name?
Will?
Yep.
Will doesn't get enough love.
The kid from Stand By Me?
No, the half demon.
Oh.
I have Will in my party now. Since I have waged war against the what's their race?
Gith Yankee.
Gith Yankee. And Lazelle turned on me, so I killed her.
Damn.
Crazy.
We're ruthless out here.
So
Wise gang don't play.
Gale left my party. He said,
no.
"Oh, you don't want to give me magical artifacts? All right, fuck it, I'm out."
So I did have Joel, of course. Pedro Pascal is he's just the man. I also had Draymond Green.
Well, it was an A.
Okay. Fuck him. I don't know why he's still in the NBA.
That's hilarious. What do you mean?
He gets
He's
ejected
swinging-
every other fucking game. What do you mean? What do I mean?
Exactly. It's terrible. He needs
Help.
like help. But it's so funny that I hope he continues to do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Because he's not hurting anybody. Like He's swinging like a madman. The way he did Nurkic is like suspect, but other than that, like it's
But even
whatever.
that one wasn't too hard of
And
like it didn't hit him hard.
He's
Fucking sold that shit.
he's picking on people who won't like fight back, which is the best part. Then what he did to Jordan Poole's career is otherworldly amounts of funny. So I'm into it. Yeah, no. Come back, Draymond. Even worse than before.
He's like when Lance Stevenson fucking just started untying people's shoes.
He's the Ron Artest. He's not the Ron Artest we need, but he's the one we deserve.
He sure is.
But I obviously had to go with Monkey D. Luffy. So
The actor that plays him, they did a damn good job at picking.
I could have went with like most of like the cast that they chose too. I mean,
yeah,
I thought Sanji is a great character in that. I like Sanji and Zoro. They're both
Was the one I was most
quality.
afraid of. But yeah, he killed that role.
Which one?
He did exactly. He was Sanji.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, because Sanji in the anime is a very particular character. So bringing that to life is kind of hard.
He's also not like flashy. I mean, other than when he's gushing over girls,
Right.
He's really like just like chill and laid back. And I was kind of afraid that they were gonna either do too much or do not enough, and that the character was gonna suffer from it. But I mean, he played the character exactly how he needed to.
Yeah.
I have to go with the one that gave me the most happiness and enjoyment. Adam Cole and MJF becoming best friends.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
This one
Was really good.
it wasn't really easy for me. But I think I have to pick like, Sami Zayn going from Oos to WrestleMania main event. I think that was just top tier. But one I really did enjoy was Tired Orange Cassidy. Just wearing more KT tape every match until he finally lost, I thought was great. And then to have him, Moxley die or whatever, and then have to win it right back. Yeah, but I mean, Sami Zayn, Uso bloodline, beginning of the year. It was great. It was great. I'll tell you what one I'm really enjoying right now, currently though, is Gunter and The Miz.
Me too.
not anymore.
Yeah, well, show goes on.
I went with just the Judgment Day in general.
They have went from like a kind of lame to pretty cool.
Yeah, and like everything they've done this year has just been like fun.
Yeah.
Now that JD,
I'm loving that our truth is part of it now.
Yeah, JD McDonough's gone from Judgment Day, and R-Truth's in.
Finally.
Bro, if like I want like him to actually be in it, that'd be so funny.
I'm kind of, it's a branching storyline, but I'm going with CM Punk versus everyone.
Versus the world.
Yeah, literally versus the world.
All over now.
For now.
Punk's happy.
Well, I had Seth versus CM Punk as my feud of the year, but I have to go with the Bloodline, Sammy, and all them versus the Bloodline.
Yeah, man, it was just great. Great start to the year.
All right, we're getting into the hot and heavy here. Last three. Match of the year, sponsored by yours truly, the Beast Snow.
I'll start because mine's real sweet and short. I didn't really watch too much wrestling this year, but I did make sure to watch Will and Kenny at Wrestle Kingdom 17. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
That is also mine. I actually went back today to look at all of my nominations and look at highlight videos. And once I got to that one, I was like, oh, dude, this is a clear choice. Like, what a match.
They did so much.
I also have Will and Kenny.
I also have Will and Kinney, but from Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door, yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're both great.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I have a whole list of good matches. I really do. But as I went through the matches and I used my thought processes and things like that, I mean, like, listen, FTR Bullet Club Gold, amazing. Gunter, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, amazing. Usos, Sami and Kevin, great. Danielson, Zack Sabre, Danielson, MJF, like, yeah.
Yeah. That was the
Yeah.
Iron Man match, right?
Yeah. It was, I mean, Kenny and Will, I mean, top two matches, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, I have Vikingo versus Kenny,
That was awesome. That was almost.
but that's not my match of the year. I have Rhea versus Charlotte, WrestleMania 39. That's not my match of the
Ironically,
year.
also on my list.
I have Kenny versus Will, Forbidden Door. That's not my match of the year, though. Sammy versus Roman, Elimination Chamber. Not my match of the year, though. Sammy and KO versus the Usos at WrestleMania 39 is my match of the year.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Good.
Can't go wrong.
Finish the
No.
story. They finished the story.
It did.
Unlike
did.
unlike some people.
At this point, I hope he never does.
Same.
All right. Our penultimate award. You know what that means, Shango?
Nope.
All right. Game of the Year, sponsored by yours truly. It's just Jake.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Mine's Sea of Stars. I did not play Baldur's Gate 3.
What?
Mine's Spider-Man 2.
Final Fantasy 16.
Final
Fantasy 16. Yeah, man. Hey, that game was fun, cinematic, beautiful. I had a good fucking time playing it.
Baldur's Gate is not my game of the year, but it is very, very entertaining, and I'm going to put a lot of hours into it. But Hogwarts Legacy came out.
Oh shit.
That's your game of the year.
It's not my game of the year.
Okay.
Midnight Suns came out,
Fucking.
but it's not my game of the year.
That's your game of the year.
Dead Island 2.
That was a game that came out.
It's not my game of the year. My game of the year is Diablo 4.
I was kind of thinking that's what you would go with.
What?
That's
I'm kind of
Snow's favorite.
surprised by that.
I am
No,
too.
he loved it.
Surprise. Why?
I mean,
He telegraphed it when Diablo came out. We knew. He said as much. This is going to be my game of the year, he said. And I said, all right.
all right,
did.
fair.
160 hours later. It's my game of the year. If you don't like it, then I'm sorry.
I like it.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I just feel like I would have heard you talk about it more.
I talked about a couple episodes, I guess.
Fair.
Guess it wasn't enough for you. All right. The last award that we are going to give on this Top 30s for 2023 is Wrestler of the Year.
I'll kick this one off. I gave it to CM Punk.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Hell yeah.
not necessarily because like I think he's the greatest of the year or anything, but he was almost never not in the news. He was always in wrestling news. He was always in the hype. He was always in the drama. He wrestled for both shows. He's got 2 big comebacks of the year. Like, it's CM Punk. It's
Yeah.
CM Punk.
I don't even disagree with that. Don't disagree with it.
I love that.
I do too.
I bet.
It's not my wrestler of the year. My wrestler of the year is Freshly Squeezed, Orange Cassidy.
Ooh.
He killed it this year. Yeah, Gunther killed it too. He could have been it. But that streak of matches that he went on every week wrestling and putting on fucking banger after banger after banger. He was the workhorse for sure.
I went with Eddie Kingston.
All right.
Just because, I mean, kind of the same reason as Cassidy. He just, every time he was doing a match, it was somehow better than the last one, minus a couple here and there. But he did a lot this year to solidify him as just like a very solid and consistent wrestler.
Mine is Gunther, wrestler of the
Gun.
year. Had bangers all year, really, on Raw, on pay-per-view, everywhere.
I'm shocked that we didn't have the same wrestler of the year.
Kind of like it that we all have different wrestlers.
Because
of the
I
year.
went with Will Ospreay.
Okay.
I was so close to picking Will. I was, because he's had himself a fucking
the Billy Goat.
year. A year.
Yeah.
But I watched more Gunther. I wanted to be fair. And I picked him.
I think it'll be telling next year when we get to see him weekly on TV. I think he's going to win it next year because we're going to see him a lot more. And we're going to be exposed to him more.
Unless Tony Khan drops the ball on him.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Wow. WWE apologists.
Oh, no. No.
Crazy.
I don't even like the WWE. Love it.
All right, man. So that was the year-end awards show, the Top 30s for 2023. Great year. I think we had fun this year. I don't know about you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about
Fun
you.
indeed.
We
This
had
was a fun and terrifying year.
terrifying.
On to the next one.
Yeah. It gets increasingly more mysterious if we're going to make it to the next one.
Yeah.
One of us will, at least. But you can find us on Twitter at TopTerta. You can go find us on all the major podcasting platforms. We post episodes every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. The only time zone that matters. And we're on YouTube. Go subscribe, like, comment, follow, retweet us at...
Subscribe right now. We're so close to 50.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Howard.
Subscribe. YouTube.com/@TopTerta. I have an announcement to make that there might be a new show coming next year. With me and Devin, if you guys want to join in, you can.
I don't know what the show is, but I'm down.
Let's do it.
Sports.
and
never mind.
sports.
He asked me to do that, and I said no.
Yeah.
Y'all have fun with that.
Just a
I will.
little project, We'll get more in depth into it next year, but look out for that. I think that's it. The Beast know social medias.
And as always, you can find me on Twitter at wise_talk_.
Follow me on X @ I'm just Jake right now.
Gingerbeard Man on the Twitters.
Follow me on Twitter at SexyDevyB. And it's been a minute, so this is a funny one. Because somebody called a German game creator a
what?
a thing he may or may not be. So I just wanted to say that
Tolkien himself, he hated composer Richard Wagner. And he went on to say, who's a German guy, both rings were round, and there the resemblance ceases. Wagner was one of the H guy's favorite composers, and a favorite of the white folk. Yeah, Tolkien hated the H guy, and me too. So
Well, I'm happy you hated him.
The H guy, you mean like Triple H or?
Mm,
I think he's talking
Uh,
about the
I'm more
talented
historic
artist,
H.
Hydra?
the talented artiste.
Yeah. Hydra.
Oh, the artist formerly known as H.
Yeah. The I'm not gonna say that.
The
I almost said something hilarious yet wrong. So
it rhymes with Spittler.
no. What I was gonna say was much funnier and much wronger. But please turn the podcast off. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.
Hail Satan.
So from all of us, and in the year of 2023, I'm gonna go bid you guys a good morning, good afternoon, good night, goodbye.
Bang.
Bang.